Radiumist jump scare. Hello and welcome to an episode of Clark Talks About Things and Stuff, where I talk about things and stuff. I didn't intend for this to be my next Things and Stuff video, but it is. So, for those who don't know, about a year or two, or how long it's actually been since the last movie, I reviewed the first Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I didn't like it. I was very agreeable with the critics, honestly, that the movie was just not that good, honestly. And I was kind of going into the second movie thinking that I would agree with the critics yet again. I didn't. Caveat. I don't think that it's an 11%, but I'm also not harebrained to be all like, I reference Freddy Fat Bear. I like it, Watts. Like, I'm not that kind of brain dead, okay? Brain dead in other ways, but not this way. So, what about the FNaF movie 2 made it better than the original? Let me go ahead and get started. Also, I will be talking about the whole movie. I'm not going to try and give out spoiler warnings. I'm just going to talk about it. In fact, 3 months after this video comes out, I'm taking away that spoiler part of the title. You've been warned. Got it? Understood? You understand? Okay. Oh god, sometimes in these videos I go way too far. Alright, so, how does the movie start? Well, honestly, I think it started a lot better than the first movie. We get to see a child die right on screen! I swear my morals are okay. No, but seriously though, after just hearing about it haphazardly by Vanessa being like, by the way, did you know that people were murdered here at Freddy's? We actually get to see one of those murders in Freddy's. In fact, we get to see, well, actually one because, whatever. The thing is though, is that the person killed, unfortunately, was Charlotte. And Charlotte was dressed as Wednesday Adam because they really like the marionette, the puppet, whatever. So yeah, immediately, way stronger intro, I feel, and definitely actually showcases the evil of William Afton, that too. Rather than the first movie, which, to be completely honest, I've blocked everything out of my mind when it comes to that movie, so I don't even remember how the movie starts. But yeah, no, afterwards, it's kind of a lot of really slow stuff until then. The animatronics from the first location don't really want to turn on anymore because their souls have been freed. Somehow, I don't know how they were freed. They wrote... That first movie had like the stupidest ending possible, with them being like, we work for William Afton, the yellow rabbit is our friend! And then Abby draws a drawing being like, no, actually they killed you. It's like, oh yeah, I guess we were murdered by him! Let's murder him back! And then they do, and then I guess their souls are freed from that. Or something, I don't know. Maybe that was what the FNaF 3, like, ending part was supposed to be about, where he gets spring-locked and all that. So, for some reason, he's moved to the safe zone or whatever. Doesn't matter. The movie doesn't have that, that's good. But it doesn't make sense, really, into how the children's souls were released, but, like, who cares? What is interesting, though, is that, much like the first movie, it's not necessarily scary. Though I do feel like this one definitely has it a lot better. That random scene where the animatronics in the first movie, you know, build like that pillow fort or whatever, like with the tables. Yeah, that's not in this movie, which is very thankful, to be honest. It does actually keep a consistent tone the whole way through. Basically after the events of the first movie, Vanessa, who I guess recovered from being stabbed, is all like, hey, by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and do the dream theory thing that you did in the last movie. And thankfully, much unlike the first movie, it's taking steps in the really good ways because there's only one dream sequence, Vanessa's dream sequence, and it showcases a bit more onto her fears involving William and all that. And also Circus Baby. They're there as well. Like, I don't understand why you need to make Vanessa an Afton, to be completely honest with you. Like, Vanessa was just some stupid, like, beta tester for Help Wanted, and then she got possessed by Glitch Trap, and then she became Vanny. Not a whole lot of sense being made there, I know, but like, it doesn't make sense into making her an Afton as well. I just don't understand it. I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. Whatever, these movies barely follow the canonicity of the games anyway, so who gives a shit? So, yeah. And then we get to Butthole of the Teacher. Oh no, Mr. Butthole. And... really stupid, honestly, that he's a part of the movie. I don't know why he's in this movie. Because he's just bullying the kids into doing better homework. He's like, okay, what the fuck's this about? what is his purpose in the movie? And like the kids like agreeing with Abby or whatever that she saw animatronics move on her own. I don't know why that specifically matters, or why the teacher hates Abby, or any of the other students, to be honest with you, or why he kicks her out of the science fair. I mean, it's a Five Nights at Freddy's movie. You're not supposed to care about that kind of shit. But like, wow, what's his point in the movie? I have no clue. But yeah, anyways, after that, they actually Sab was watching this one show about ghost hunting or whatever. And very conveniently, the Ghost Hunters are doing a special episode on Freddy Fazbear. Wow! The problem is that they're going to the second location, the first location, the original location, not the second one. No, this isn't Five Nights at Freddy's 2 or anything. No, it's the oregano location. So yeah, obviously they split up because it's a really good idea. And they also meet Michael Afton. And I'm gonna be honest here, guys. I like Michael Afton in this movie. He's definitely a very weird guy. And he kind of reminds me of, like, the William Afton from the books, or at least the first novel, where he just kind of like, I'm definitely not evil. What are you doing here? So, yeah. And this is also where we learn that apparently the marionette can just possess humans. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I mean, being able to control the animatronics and all that makes sense, but controlling humans? I don't know. I don't know if that's specifically scary or anything. It's such a overdrawn cliche, like, oh no, there's a demon inside me! You need to exorcise it with a music box or whatever. Which, speaking of the music box, that's not a thing built into the system. No. It's a literal physical music box in this, and it's just like, come on, man, really? Like, you're not gonna have it be a part of the building. Like, I understand that doesn't make a whole lot of sense in FNaF 2, but like, just leaving a stupid music box by the puppets and gift box is like, come on, really? Also, the puppet comes out of like a trap door in the floor, but the present is underneath. It's like, why did you even do that? Just have the present be above, be on the stage. Like, come on. And it's like, for some reason, the present isn't like this fucking dungeon. It's like, why? Speaking of the building, one very interesting thing about this is that it actually has a moat in it, which is kind of interesting. Here's my problem with the building, though. We barely see it in this movie. In fact, the movie's very not interested in really showing that. I think, like, the main location also has, like, the exact same amount of screen time, to be honest with you. So, yeah, Abby picks up, like, this speaking spell or whatever, and it's telling her to go to this the oregano Freddy Fazbear peepers. And, well, Toy Chica's there. And let's talk about the toy animatronics for a quick second. I like them. They're actually pretty decent. Definitely Toy Freddy is not like, I can't press the button because of my big plastic fingers. No, he actually sounds like, I'm gonna smash some fucking heads. Like, it actually sounds, like, cool. And I was going in this movie very questioning about Toy Bonnie, because it was voiced by MatPat. Oh boy. The good news is that it's not, but it doesn't sound like MatPat. It sounds like, you know, someone putting on a voice like, I'm Bonnie the Bunny, how are you doing? You know, something like that. So it's good I didn't have to hear him. That's great. Especially considering the fact that he was in the first movie. Like, why does he have a role in this movie? I don't understand. I'm just gonna assume that Ness died in between those movies. I don't know. And then we have Toy Chica. Very disappointed that we don't really see her without her eyes and beak for most of the movie, or at least to the point where they're actually attacking. Just like the same taxi gag from the first movie. She's like, oh yeah, you dropped these, by the way. Lame. But yeah, Toy Chica has been criticized for being like way too omnipresent, and yes, in comparison to the other toy animatronics, sure, but after she goes to the science fair and like kills off the butthole teacher, she doesn't really appear that much throughout the rest. Though I will say something about Mangle. See, Mangle does get like a kill in the early parts of the movie, where the ghost hunter people die, because it needs to mirror the first movie and barely show any of the A, gore, or B, any, like, it's stupid, let's just put it that way. And of course, the kill is shrouded in shadows. Oh no, what dismembered them, oh cool. But we do get to see them when they go ahead and attack Vanessa's car near the end of the movie, or like in the third act. And it's really cool, don't get me wrong, but that's kind of all Mangle does. Like, they are there, they slam in the toy Freddy because Vanessa stops and, like, hits toy Freddy with the fucking Mangle. How very convenient. And then we have them wake up, go to Mike Schmidt's house, and then they just kind of stand there. All the toy animatronics just kind of stand there. I mean, at least Toy Chica did bring Abby back home after the whole thing with the science fair. And then the marionette just literally breaks out of her chest. Like, that was pretty cool, I guess, but, like, kind of weird. Because what does that mean, like, the physical animatronic just, like, somehow slibbled its way into Chica? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Whatever. And not only that, for the science project, Abby's making, like, a Chica, like the original Chica that we see in the first movie. We see her make this model, and they said that Freddy and Toy Chica helped build it. It's like a full, like, model of Chica. Like, how? Did they just have, like, a fucking plastic casting or something? Like, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I guess it really doesn't matter. Again, doesn't matter. Human shit, no one cares. We're here for the animatronics. Speaking of animatronics, the withered animatronics. This is kind of where I have a problem with the movie. I probably already mentioned this, but again, the location I feel like is very underutilized inside of the movie. I mean, like, near the, like, I think, like, the start of the second act or whatever, they turn off, like, the security protocols that keep all the animatronics inside the building, so they're just able to roam free. Like, Freddy needs to go to the Frads Fest, and it's just like, why was that a part of the movie? Why was the Frads Fest a part of the movie? It doesn't really amount to anything. Well, anyway, I mean, I guess it's kind of related to Michael somehow. I don't know. Like, Michael said that they'd all be dead by morning, but, like, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, how? Like, you just stick 3 animatronics on them? Oh no, I'm so scared. And somehow that's gonna kill half the town? What the fuck? Anyways, I don't understand why Fast Fest is the thing. Michael appears in the movie, like, twice. One at the very end, one near the very beginning, just like William Afton in the first movie. It's good to know that that's the case. But anyways, again, the building is very underutilized, including the whole Mike needs to play Five Nights at Freddy's kind of thing. And, like, another thing I have a really big pissy bitch fit about is that the mask is just, like, a face mask. It's not like, I don't know, like a mask kind of way. He doesn't put it on his head. No, it's literally just a face covering. It's just like... And then the animatronic skin is like, oh yeah, that's an animatronic. Makes sense. Including Freddy. And again, the Wizards, they barely do jack shit. Like, obviously, Mike is blowing on the computer telling Vanessa, oh, by the way, did you know that Toy Bonnie's at 13 Avenue? And it's just like, blah. That's blah. And then we have just, again, like, he puts on the mask once for pretty much each of the animatronics, and then they're all like, okay, alright. Except for Foxy, who's just, like, completely broken. And unlike the whole, jump scare with Foxy, he doesn't do that. He just kind of is all like, I'm gonna raise my hook and I'm gonna get you real slow, like, so you can finish pressing the deactivate the thing. So yeah, it's kind of stupid and lame that way. Anyway. But then, like, of course, because the puppet is really cool, they're able to just reconnect every single animatronic to bring them to the Mike's house. It's really dumb. Again, Michael is there. Okay, Michael is just kind of just doing whatever. And then he's like, I'm gonna threaten you. And then, but like moments before, they were like fighting Charlotte. And I thought that would be like a boss fight, but no, I guess Michael and the toy animatronics are here. And then, miraculously, the characters from the first movie appear to save the day. And by that I mean fucking kill the toy animatronics. They're fucking dead. They're like literally dead. Like seriously, Chica and Toy Chica. Chica literally just rips the head off Toy Chica. Like, come on. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Balloon Boy. So remember how in the first movie there was like a whole joke about Balloon Boy just randomly appearing and being having his normal laugh, and everyone's like, oh my god, this figurine is so scary. Well, the payoff to that is that he like goes up like in the moat, and then he's just like there in the office, and then Mike's like, ugh! And then that's it. That's the payoff, I guess. So yeah. And then like, honestly, shit ass ending. because it's a cliffhanger ending. But Charlotte possesses Vanessa, and Michael is, I guess, just, I don't know, with Mike, just going to take him to jail or some shit. I don't even remember the character who's like, the guy that's like helping Mike paint his house or whatever. I don't remember him from the first movie, so I don't know why he had to punch Michael like that. He's like, "You're stupid," basically what he says. But yeah, that's practically the movie. The Living Tombstone plays because it's really cool, and it's definitely really nice of them for them not only copywriting the song that they use, even though they're fan songs, and not only that, to the point where I legitimately did like a sing-along to one of their songs, and that fucking shit got copyrighted. It was just a stupid April Fool's prank, and they just really appreciate it. But anyways, yeah, this movie has 2 end credit scenes, which is really nice. I love watching end credit scenes, to be honest with you. Gives me a reason to stay. But the first scene is a mid-credit scene, and it actually does set up the events of Five Nights at Freddy's 3. That's cool. Yeah, like they just have the guys go in, you're like, dude, this building's gonna get demolished in like 2 seconds, we need to get all the shit. And they're like, I found it, I found a real one. And you know, it's Springtrap and all that, but they're like, oh, this shit stinks, better take it. So, because, you know, why not? And not only that, it's not a typical end credit scene per se, but there is a message to Mike that Henry makes. And it's all like, oh, there's some stuff, yada, yada, yada. Oh, by the way, the marionette. And then that's the end of the film, because that's the end of the credits as well. Which was definitely a very interesting secret for the people who've actually stayed through the entire credits. Very nice. So, overall, again, I really enjoyed this movie a lot more than the first movie. I don't know if it's because of a lowering of expectations. Like, the critics lambasted this movie, being like an 11%. And while I am a little harsh on some movies, myself, particularly the Angry Birds and the Ninjago movie, trust me, those will get videos. But even so, I don't think this movie deserved like an 11%. That's kind of ridiculous, actually. Again, not with the critics, not with the fans being all like, it's made for us, that's all that matters, fuck the critics, they have a Freddy Fazbear push and goes, this movie's fantastic. No. I don't agree with those fucking crazos for a second. However, I do think that it is a very okay film. In my opinion, it's definitely a middle film and like a trilogy of sorts. You know, you have the first movie that stands on its own, you have the middle movie that, you know, you're required to watch the movie and ends on a cliffhanger, setting up for movie 3. And I kind of just realized this now. So the original Five Nights at Freddy's movie, I think also came out in October, like the game did. This movie came out in December, like Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Does that mean in March of 2026 or whatever, or like March 2027 most likely, are we going to be getting the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 movie? I don't know. That could be interesting. But yeah, no. I think, really, in conclusion, Scott, you better make a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's World movie. You better fucking do that right now, you son of a bitch! But yeah, that's going to be all I got to talk about today. So yeah, I ran things and stuff to talk about. Thank you all so much for watching these videos at the very end. Like and subscribe if you really enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time when I have more things and stuff to talk about. Goodbye.